Okay, so we have a sample question over here, question number 10 for us. Now remember, we're going to have 20 questions before you get to the actual unit test. So just make sure that when you study, you make sure you watch each of the videos for these sample questions. It'll help you with the unit test. This one says solve the equation. They're not going to give you any directions that say, oh, by the way, try this as a proportion method. They'll just say solve the equation. Hopefully you'll remember that, oh wait, I don't like working with fractions. Wait, I have the letter D at the denominator of both of them. Hopefully you'll remember from your back pocket, oh yeah, I can avoid fractions by doing something called cross products, or in our case, butterfly wings. Once you realize that you have a proportion, that this entire side is one fraction, and this entire side is another fraction, nothing outside the fraction bar, and then you have an equal sign separating the two, you have a proportion. So I'm going to draw that good old butterfly wings, right? And then use your parentheses to separate each of the corner, and we're rewriting it without using the fraction bar. So we have the 2, that's one corner, so I put it in one set of parentheses. This is your other corner, so put that whole thing in parentheses. Now I know a lot of you are going like, does it really matter if I use parentheses? Can't I just do 2d minus 9? Well, the problem is when you write it like this, do you remember that this 2 is supposed to also go with the 9? You might just think, oh, it's just 2d, and then bring down the minus 9. This is why I love using parentheses and not just a dot or a multiplication x times table symbol. Once you get one wing written down, let's do the other wing. Remember, when you go to the next wing, put in your equal sign. So this corner and this corner, separate each corner. 4 is one corner in a set of parentheses. And then the other corner, d plus 9. Perfect. No fraction bars. It's an equation. You know how to solve. Focus on just this left-hand side. Do we have parentheses? You bet. Distribute. 2 times d is 2d. 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. Coefficient, variable, constant, nothing like. Once you're done simplifying just the left-hand side, remember, cover it up, whatever you want to do. You can only focus on one side of the equation at a time when you simplify. So here, we're going to distribute, because we got to get rid of parentheses first. 4 times d, and then 4 times 9. And then once you get rid of parentheses, you can see if you can collect any like terms. Remember what each thing is. Coefficient, variable, constant, no match. So now that we're done simplifying, you know your next step. Step 1 is simplifying, step 2 is labeling. Notice that we have variables on both sides. We always label the variable side first. If both sides has variable, look for the side that has the higher coefficient. Label this side as variable. This must be constant by default. Step 3, moving. See, this can only have constants. So 18 can stay because it's a constant. D cannot stay because it is definitely not a constant. It has a letter, so it needs to go to the variable side. Now 2 is a coefficient, but remember, I'm in the moving step. So you gotta treat this as a married couple. If I move the D, you have to move the 2 as well. So the opposite of a positive would be a negative 2D. If I do a negative 2D here, you gotta do a negative 2D on the other side of the equation. Keep things balanced. So this left-hand side, you only have a negative 18. Don't lose this negative. And on this right-hand side, you should know D and D, these are the like terms. Notice I didn't put it over 36 because constant and a variable are not like terms. So this is a positive, this is a negative. You know you're going to get 2D. Different signs subtract, 4 players win the tug of war. We're not done moving because you got to make sure everything is on the correct side. Constant's on the constant, coefficient, we leave that alone because we don't have the coefficient side. Variables on the variable side. 36 is a constant, so we're not done moving. So move the 36 over. So the opposite of a positive would be a negative 36. So if I do that to the right, I have to do this to the left. They're inverses, remember? Same items, different signs. Cancel out. It's 0. Still have the 2D. Now here you have a negative and a negative. Remember, if you have the same labels, you add. So 18 and 36, you're going to get 54. Who wins the tug of war? 36 players, has more players, so team negative. Now, we gotta get rid of this coefficient. Notice it's not D, but 2D. So to get rid of the coefficient, divide both sides by 2. Sorry that the board is running out of space, but hopefully you can see negative 54 divided by 2. You're gonna get negative 27. And then you know that 2D divided by 2, the 2's cancel out, you'd be left with D. So you can see, we got rid of fractions by doing proportions.